Hey there, collective. I'm gonna do a conformational video on transmutational energy and also a step-by-step processes video on transmuting energy to bettering your mental state. Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna do this with the Uno deck, and we're gonna do this also with the Rider-Waite original deck as well, with tarot. Oh, okay. This is a good start, actually. I don't have my lighter right now, so I feel as though 101 on the timer, so that if that resonates with anybody, you can feel free to just take it as it is. We have the Hermit card, we have the Lovers card. Somebody is definitely on a twin flame journey. We have 1, 2, 3 on the timer. And let's see what else. Okay, we have the Ace of Wands. All right, well, we started out with some pretty heavy energy here with the 10 of Swords. Woo! Somebody's been stabbed in the back multiple times by multiple different people, or one person multiple times, I'm not really sure. And then we have the 5 of Swords here. And then we have the Hermit card, the Lovers card, and the Ace of Wands. And now we have the Moon and the 3 of Wands. Okay, yeah. So I believe that... I'm gonna pull some more cards, actually. Okay, the King of Wands, the Emperor card. Somebody is definitely, oh my god. We have the Death card, Heartbreak. So, okay. I feel like this is confirmation that somebody's on a twin flame journey. And transmuting energy, especially when you're on a twin flame journey, in general, I feel like it's a very difficult thing to process. Transmutational energy, muting and pulling and things like that. But in general, I feel like that's difficult enough. And add the twin flame journey on top of that, and it becomes like almost unbearable, right? Which is why I'm gonna try to help you deal with this scenario in whatever way I can, in whatever way possible. Yeah, and we have the 8 of Swords. Okay, I kind of see something though. So you've gone from this really heavy energy, you've let this go where you've been stabbed to the back multiple times. You might have gotten defensive about that at first, but then you let it go. Because you are on this beautiful twin flame journey with this 10 of Cups ahead of you. This Ace of... you might have been in hermit mode. With the Moon card, you might have been hiding a lot of your emotions. With this 3 of Wands, a new adventure helps you transmute that energy every single time. So understand, being outside, going in the sunshine, being with people or being by yourself, connecting with your animal spirit. I wish I had the Infinite Possibilities deck with me right now, because usually that includes like be with animals or something like that. With this King of Wands energy, and so that's a confirmation of that kind of heavy energy. With this Ace of Wands, I feel like divine kind of manifested you out of a situation you were stuck in. It was giving you a lot of grief, because fixating on your twin flame was probably not the healthiest thing if you were going through something horrible in your personal life, especially with these mind traps that the outside world was putting onto you. With this 3 of Wands here, I feel like you are going on this new journey. With the Moon card here, we have animals as well. With the lobster here, you might be connecting with sea turtles, crabs, lobsters. You might have eaten lobster. With these two towers here, I feel like this is definitely a twin flame card, actually. Even though the moon isn't necessarily representative of the twin flame card. We have X, V, 18. The 18th might be significant to someone, or 9 as a number. 9 in tarot, or 9 in numerology, usually represents like humanity, like you're a humanitarian of some sort, you really care about people, things like that. And with this King of Wands energy, I think this is you manifesting back what you lost. You're manifesting back time, you're gaining time, or something like that. So let's pull. Okay, we have 5. Yeah, that's transfer. Literally, we're talking about transmuting energy, and we have the 5 that just got pulled out. And 5 is all about transformation, right? You may be gender non-conforming, you may be transgender, you may be agender, you may be non-binary, you may be gender flux or fluid. It doesn't really matter. You're going through some type of transformation at this time with your gender identity or your general kind of purposes in life, your career path, your workplace, your friendship circle, something. But I feel a very gender fluid energy from the soul tribe right here. So with the Ace of Pentacles, I feel like the divine spirits are offering you this gigantic pentacle to flora, fauna, better, greener pastures with tidal waves of goodness is what I'm hearing. Which is really cool because, you know, we have these flowers here in the back as well, but we do have like this blue in the back. So I feel like you're moving out of your water energy. I know this is mostly water signs, Pisces, Scorpio, Cancer, Cancerian, sun signs, moon, rising, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Pluto, descending, Rahu, Ketu, whatever water sign placement you have, I feel like you have a lot of it in your chart. So that's why I'm not necessarily saying sun, rising, or moon sign, or Venus sign, or north node, because I feel like you just have a lot of water in your chart. But I'm noticing you're moving more from water energy into earth at this time. So drink your water, but understand that you're moving more so into, I'm just kidding, like, this doesn't mean you necessarily have to stop doing what you're doing or being who you are. Oh, we have the 1 card that just popped out. So 15 may be really important to somebody. 1 and 5 also equals 6, so there's a lot of love, compassion, and generosity heading your way. With this Death card, I feel like you're letting a lot of the grief flow away by itself naturally. You're not forcing it as much anymore. I feel like in the past you've forced your emotions out of you because you were afraid of them building up, because you were in these mind traps, but you're learning how to transmute that into a better way of thinking. With this King of Wands, we're going to do like a step-by-step of how you can kind of actually transmute that energy. We have another 5, I kid you not. We're talking about transmuting energy, transgender identity, and transmutational energies, and transformation. Double time, transformational energy, amplified. We have the 5, 5, and a 1. So you might see 1, 5, 5, you might see 5, 5, 1. But here's the step-by-step process of what we can do together. Strength card. So remain positive is what I'm hearing from Spirit. We just had 9/11 just pass on the clock, which is a very, and we have sirens in the background. So Archangel Michael might be watching over you, I'm hearing. We have the 5 of Cups. I feel like this is another confirmation though, of kind of like what has spilled out of what you thought would come to more than what it did. So with the Strength card, again, I feel like it's basically handling fierceness of defense mechanisms, grief over like spilled milk, moving forward from really traumatic damaging situations in a way where you can transmute that into positivity, which is really difficult. With the Strength card, again, remaining positive is what's 10:02 on the timer, is what's calling out to me the most, though, is remaining positive even when you're the mostest of depressed entities, okay? Even when you're around the most depressed entities is what I'm hearing. So just keep that in mind. That's a really important one, actually. More so probably than anything. Well, I wouldn't say anything else you're gonna hear in the reading, but okay, here's the other. Okay, the Judgment card. Keep in mind, you're going to be receiving karma, karmic justice. So, you're also being judged on how your character is during these periods of time where you're going through this grief. So remember that. I wouldn't say I would fear God or fear anything in that necessarily, that sense, but just know acceptance of these mental blocks are better than grieving over something like spilled milk, which happens mentally for most of us. Walking away. Understanding that this karmic justice is going to be given to you naturally will help you identify the factors that are keeping you from getting to your twin flame or your career path, success, things like that. So understanding that it'll flow naturally. So what you can do in the meantime is you can send messages to God, you can send messages to the divine, showing gratitude, showing thanks, showing your grief at times, with the understanding that God will help you, divine spirit will help you move through this. So communicating, I feel you moving very fast through the cycle. I feel you moving very quickly through the cycle. We are still in Saturn return. If you're like, or you might have experienced Saturn return already if you were 30 something, like early 30s. You've probably experienced or going through a Saturn return, which means you're awakening spiritually and enlightened in ways you've never been enlightened before. With the Four of Pentacles here, again, just know you're supported by family members, communities, people you don't even realize are supporting you. They want you to get to this Ten of Cups. With the Strength card, we have this switch card right here. So I think that means we can like switch out this one. Okay, so let's put the one away and switch it out for another number. Okay, we have the 9 card. Yeah, so I think this is again confirming that communally we're changing. As a community, as a universally, beautifully growing collective, on a whole, on a general basis, we're all changing. So that karmic justice is going to occur no matter what. So don't worry too much about defending yourself at this point. I would worry mostly, or not worry, but I would mostly put most of your effort into adventuring outside of your usual comfort zone. With the Three of Wands card, transmute that energy into adventuring outside of your comfort zone. Focus on remaining positive. We're gonna pull 4 more cards from the Rider-Waite Tarot deck for the confirmational step-by-step basis as to how. Okay, we have the Knight of Pentacles, the 7 of Cups. I always got that wrong. Oh, and then send messages to the divine. Okay, we have the Empress, the World, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, I said 4, so let's just do that. Yeah, so understand that with power comes great responsibility. You may be a divine masculine counterpart in touch with your feminine beauty at this moment in time, or you may be a transgender woman in touch with your feminine beauty at this time. or you may be a masculine man, cis man in touch with your feminine beauty at this time. It really doesn't matter. I just feel like, or you may be a masculine woman or a masculine man who just understands like the beauty inside of them at this time. With the Temperance and the World card, I feel like, yeah, so kind of taking care of your body and your mind and your spirit is really important. With the Temperance card, pouring into your own cup, making sure you pour into your own cup, because don't forget about self-care. Especially during the times you're depressed or anxious, transmuting that energy into self-care of some sort, no matter what it is. Like, don't judge yourself for whatever it is. Transmuting energy, your emotions into like doing something solid with your hands or with your face or with your mouth, like talking, you know, taking care of yourself in that way. With the World card, booking a vacation or understanding the world better, like taking a class or learning a new language or something like that, practicing an old language you knew again. With the Queen of Pentacles, remaining stable in kind of what you have. I feel like nurturing what you have already. I feel like that's what the Queen of Pentacles is good at doing. And then we have the Seven of Cups, which means don't forget to celebrate. And with the Knight of Pentacles, I feel like people do depend on you. So I'm hearing like don't take that for granted, because you hold a lot within your wisdom of your spirit senses, I'm seeing. So whoever this is for, like, just understand that whatever you're going through right now, don't take it for granted, because it's gonna build you up to be a better empowered like human being, basically. And with this 9 card here instead of the 1, you have a very, very important purpose, like a really important purpose in this world. That's why God loves you so freaking much. God loves everybody, obviously, but I think the reason God is like interfering in such situations so frequently these days is because you're a Temperance angel. You've been in this light for your entire life and your past lives. You've been the strength for a lot of different kinds of people, including your family members, including your friend groups, including even mental health professionals who were supposed to help you, but instead you help them understand themselves better. Like, people who have emotional states that are like really freaking crazy, like entertainers, celebrities, people in your profession, people outside of your profession, homeless people, people who are on the streets, random people you just generally talk to, like at the mall, like random shit like this. Like, I'm just hearing from spirit, you've been around and about. If you've traveled outside the country, like, those people remember you from a different era or something like that. So you may have traveled outside during a past life or something like that, where people got to know you in a community setting from like the 1800s or the 1500s or the 1300s, like the Babylonian era. I don't really know. You might have been like a artisan, a merchant or something, a nomadic person who traveled a lot. I'm thinking of like that book, The Alchemist. But you've traveled frequently in past lives, as well as this life, I'm hearing. If you haven't traveled outside of the United States or wherever you do live, whatever country you do live in, if you're watching this, you're going to do a lot of traveling in your past life. You've done many travels within your community outside of it. In this life, you're gonna do a lot more than that in your past life.